Hi guys, I have my hair in finger waves because today's makeup tutorial is a 1920s makeup tutorial. I'm really bad at hair, so it doesn't look very good. And I tried to make this makeup as authentic as possible. The first thing I'm going to do is grab a black eyeliner and apply that to the lids. This is going to be our base for the smoky eye. And this is where the smoky eye came to be from the 1920s. Women in the 1920s felt liberated from the decade prior to this one because in the Victorian era it was seen as vulgar to wear makeup, so women in the 1920s went all out with their smoky eyes and vampy lips. And the next step is to blend out the eyeliner with our fingers. Let's move on to eyeshadows. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using is this one by Elizabeth Arden. And with a flat brush, I'm going to be taking the silvery eyeshadow from the palette and applying that all over the lid. I wanted something smoky but also glittery because a lot of the time what they used were grease kind of eyeshadows, so they were really shiny. With a blending brush, I'm going to take the brown eyeshadow. And I'm placing that on the outer and inner corners and also blending the edges of the gray eyeshadow. In the 1930s as well as the 1920s, they liked a really heavy eyelid, so you have to really pack the eyeshadow on the inner and outer corner for it to look heavy. Another thing I'm going to do is place the eyeshadow on the inner corner and connect it to my eyebrow. And this really exaggerates the effect of having a heavy eyelid. And this is a trick they used a lot in the 1920s. With a makeup wipe, I'm going to remove any fallout from my face. Next step is concealer, and I'm just going to conceal whatever imperfections I want to get rid of because in the 20s they were really about a fair complexion and looking really perfect. But I don't think they had concealer back in the day. And with a sponge, I'm just gonna blend everything out. Up next is blush, and what they used was actually a cream blush similar to this one, and they placed it underneath their powder. I'm going to apply it with a sponge, and also you're gonna see that I'm applying it very heavy-handedly, and I'm going to blend it out very thoroughly, but you have to take into account that they did apply a lot of blush and that powder is gonna go over it. The foundation I'm going to use is the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and I'm in the color NC15, and I'm going to apply a lot of it. This is how they applied their foundation in this time period. I don't recommend it, but this is what they did. I'm going to take the concealer again and conceal my lips so I can change my lip shape. And I'm gonna set it with powder. In the 20s, what they did to get rid of the excess powder is use a brush to knock off the excess, and this brush actually looked a lot like a hairbrush. And that ensured a very matte face, but got rid of a little bit of the powderiness. I'm going to move on to brows, and I'm going to use an angled brush and the brown eyeshadow from the eyeshadow palette. In the 20s, thin eyebrows were fashionable, and also the outside corner of the eyebrow was kind of downturned to create kind of like a sad puppy eye. With a detailer brush, I'm going to take the brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to place that on the lower lash line from corner to corner, making sure that it looks very smoky. With the same brush, I'm going to take this silvery eyeshadow we used all over the lid, and I'm going to place that all over the lower lash line, over where we applied the brown eyeshadow. With black eyeliner and the same brush, the detailer brush we were using before, I'm going to take a little bit of the black eyeliner and I'm going to create a very thin line on the upper lash line without creating any wing or elevating the corner of the eye, because downturned eyes were what was the fashion. Up next is mascara, and I'm going to be applying a very generous amount to top and bottom lashes. In the 20s, they were all about the sad puppy eyes that looked also kind of dollish, and having really long lashes accentuates that look. I'm going to cheat a little bit and apply false lashes to the outer corners. Up next is lip color, and I'm going for a red berry, but they also used a dark red or a brick red. And I'm going to change the shape of my lips a little bit. They really liked a really strong cupid's bow, so I'm really going to accentuate that cupid's bow, making it really sharp and round. They kind of went for the rounded lip shape. And also, I'm making my lips a little bit smaller on the corners to make it a little bit poutier. And that's it for the makeup. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the pins from my hair and kind of make it prettier. And I'll be right back. Okay, so that's it for this makeup tutorial. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I researched so much for this to be as accurate as possible. As always, all the products I use are going to be listed in the description box below. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. I'm always more than happy to respond to all of you guys' questions. If you haven't already, subscribe so you can keep up with all the videos I'll be uploading in the near future. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys!